Hey, Lisa. Okay, first thing we're going to do in your programming is your foot pressures. Okay, so we talked about how you have those really high arches, right? And we want to be able to release your foot in order for your foot to be able to move into pronation and supination. Okay, so the strategy we use for that is placing something in the arch just so your foot can feel it. And then if it's helpful, I just have like a little piece of a paper towel here. Remember how I put something under your the knuckle of your big toe in order to keep that pressed down. Now there's a difference between pressing that down and scrunching your toe so that this knuckle actually lifts, okay? We don't want that knuckle to lift off the floor. We want it to press down. When we are feeling our feet, we want to feel pressures on our whole foot. So we want our big toe to be able to come down. We want our medial ball of the foot to be in the floor. We want the little knuckle under our little toe, and we want to feel our heel on the floor. So remember when you were coming forward and back, on your right foot, you kind of came up off of your heel. I'm exaggerating, but your heel kind of started to lift at a certain point. So we need to take it to the point that it doesn't lift, right? And all we're doing is moving forward and back. Now, you don't want to be back here with this leg straight with your weight on your back foot, right? This is a kickstand, and your weight is on that foot. You're moving forward, and that knee is going over your first and second toe, okay? So you are exhaling and inhaling. Exhaling and inhaling. So if there is any place on your foot where you're not feeling that pressure, like the ball, the baby toe, or the heel, you can add little pieces of paper just to give you some input, but we want to just kind of release that foot. And you and I can play with some different foot pressures the next time I come over too, because basically what we do, because our foot is rigid, is we're not really fully pronating or supinating. So we're just trying to feel the floor, okay? If you're having trouble keeping your weight forward, like if you're pushing your weight back this way, then you can come over to a wall that's in front of you just to kind of allow you to come forward and hold on. And you can do the same thing, forward and back. And just add those things underneath your foot, forward and back. Keep that knee tracking over your first and second toe. The back leg is a kickstand, okay? And this is something that you can do first thing in the morning or whenever you need to if you're feeling a little bit twingy in that heel, especially on the right. But doing this on both sides is good because you have high arches on both sides, okay? So that's foot pressures. Then we're going to relate that to our hand pressures, right? So we want to be able, when we're doing our push-up on the wall, we want to kind of be able to come outside, right, on our hands when we come down, and when we push up, we want to be more on the inside and especially pushing through these first two knuckles. We want to keep our arms more in than out, right? So this way, and remember we want to lift the heel of our hand just millimeters off the wall in order to really feel our arm muscles turn on, okay? So you're gonna keep that stack. Remember we had a little bit of trouble keeping your stack when you were working on these pressures. So what we wanna do is make sure our rib cage is stacked over our pelvis the whole time, right? So you don't wanna be working on your hand pressures and start to let this happen and your knees extend You want to keep that micro bend, and then keep the stack of your rib cage too. And a good way to do that is kind of push through the shoulders. So not your elbows locking out, but push through the shoulders and away from the wall, okay? Keeping those elbows in. So you're going to inhale down and feel the outside of your hand, and then you're going to push up through those knuckles. Inhale down, outside of the hand. Exhale, push through those first two knuckles especially, right? Now, you're going to add in, inhaling down, right? You're going to lift the heel of your hand just millimeters off the wall and then really push through those knuckles. And you can play around with where your arms are to see how you really feel those arms turn on, right? Your forearms and your triceps should start turning on, okay? So inhale down outside of the hand, exhale, lift the heel of the hand and push back. Inhale down, exhale, really push that wall away, push, 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 push. Inhale down, stay stacked. Exhale, push. Stay stacked, knees are bent. Inhale, outside of the hand. Exhale, push, 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 push. And you can play with doing this more on one side and the other, right? Like both my hands are here, but maybe I push more through the right side for one rep. And then my hands are here, I come down, and then maybe I push more through the left arm for one rep, right? And so we get both of those arms going. So a few more times, we're going to inhale down, outside of the hand. Then we're going to lift those wrists millimeters, push through the knuckles, push, push, push. So you can do a couple of sets of 10 of those. You might get really sore because our bodies aren't used to turning those muscles on in that way. So now, same thing. Stacked position is in all of the positions we're going to do, okay? So you're going to lay down into your 90-90 position on the floor. Feet are on the wall, okay? Now, you kind of function a little bit like this, where your back is off of the mat, right? And so what we want is to bring our pelvis down, and now our rib cage is maybe still be up a little bit, right? So pelvis tucks under. For the rib cage to come down, we really need to reach our arms up. If you feel like your neck is turning on, you can put something under your head to give your neck a break so we can focus on everything we need to focus on. Your feet on the wall, what we want is the same thing we felt on the floor. And we'll keep working on this and seeing what we need to do to get your feet flat on the floor. But you want to keep those points of contact on the wall, just like you did on the floor when you were releasing your foot, okay? So your feet are on the wall. For you to get that stack and really turn the backs of your legs on, you're going to feel like your feet are pulling down the wall, okay? And that should turn the backs of your legs on, okay? And you should really be able to feel it not only here under your knees, so those are your distal hamstrings, you should start to feel it in your proximal hamstrings also. So I'm going to do a couple reps here and then I'll show you on the block, okay? So you're going to reach, 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 reach. Everything stays stacked, okay? And you're going to do that inhale down and exhale up. So it's a gentle inhale, long exhale. 4 more. Inhale. Exhale. Three more. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Now, if you're having trouble feeling those proximal hamstrings, we talked about you can try putting your feet like on a chair. So you're still in that 90-90 position. You're starting out kind of like this. We want to tuck that pelvis a little bit, and we want to reach to pull our rib cage back. And you can push through the bottom of your feet to come up, okay? Now, you can be this far away. Maybe you need to be a little bit less than 90 in order to get the proximal hamstrings on. You can try different positions to see how your muscles fire up. But the same thing remains. We want to stay stacked, okay? And we want to inhale and exhale. So we're going to do 5 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And you might have to go through these a few times, like rewind the video and do the exercises like 2 to 3 times through and just find your position, feel the position, get used to the stacked position, get used to turning certain muscles on, and then you'll be able to advance it. So from here, we're going to go into our side lying. So I'm going to start with my left side down, okay? Now, it was really difficult for you to kind of keep those feet on the wall, right? So that's something we're going to focus on, is just feeling the floor, feeling the wall, getting those foot pressures right, okay? So think about your stack here, and don't lose your side abs on the bottom, because that'll kind of hike your hip up this way, right? So we want to kind of give a little bit of a side plank underneath here, get that hike out of there, right? And our feet are just on the wall, left side is down, okay? So your left hip bone is kind of pushing into the floor so that you can get that lift of the side body underneath. Make sure that you're not rolling too far back or crunching forward, okay? You're stacked. Your ribs are stacked over your pelvis, just like you would be in your 90-90 or in that squat position, okay? So from here, we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to breathe 5 breaths. Inhale. Long exhale. I want to hear you. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. those feet on the wall. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Don't scrunch your toes. Long exhale. Now rest for a minute. Just relax. We're going to go through that one more time and focus on where our knees are too. Okay? So I'm just going to show you while you're resting. What we want is to stay 90-90, but if you look at the tops of my knees, we want to be able to shift just a little bit, right? So one knee is coming a little higher than the other. This is a hip shift. So we're working on it in side lying, and we'll work on it too next time I see you in the 90-90 position. But we want to be able to move our legs in and out like this. This is what happens when we run and when we walk. We want to be able to control our hip shifting. Okay? So when I say one knee forward and one knee back, that's what I mean. Sometimes when we do one knee forward and one knee back, we might want to hike up to do that. So we really want to focus on that stack. We want to focus on that side body being engaged, right? So that this hip on the top doesn't hike up towards your rib cage, right? So side body turns on, unhike. Now, when you're on your left side, you want to focus on your right knee coming slightly forward of the left, okay? So you're pushing down and kind of pulling back with that left knee, and the right knee is just slightly forward of the left knee, okay? So now we're going to do 5 breaths like this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Three more. Keep your feet on the wall. Don't scrunch your toes. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Feet on the wall. Don't scrunch. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And we'll keep working on that. Main thing is we just want to focus on getting really good at our stacked position so we understand how to find that when we change things up. Okay? I'm going to move this block over so I can show you right side. So when we were working out in your hallway, it might be a little too small. We may need to find a different place that has more wall space, and it might be easier for you to find these positions. And definitely use your blue mat. Okay, so when your right side is down, and this block will move, so I'll try to not move it. Okay, when your right side is down, you want to put something either, you have that black thing that I used, or you can use like a towel, okay? Same thing applies here with our stacked position, and you can put something under your head so your head can relax. You have a towel stacked up here. So same thing, we want to turn that side body on so that we're not hiked up here, right? So this underside body is on, okay? Now we are stacked, and in this position, let's just breathe for 5 just to hold the side body and the stacked position, okay? 5 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, keep those feet on the wall, don't scrunch. Exhale. Side body stays on. Inhale. Long exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And relax. Now, remember I showed you about the knees going forward and back. That's a hip shift. So when your right side is down, you're going to be doing something a little bit different, okay? You're still going to get the side body on. You're going to reduce that left hip hike. Now, when you inhale, your left knee is going to come a little bit back into that hip. You should feel a little bit of a stretch back here in these top side glutes when you come back a little bit. So you inhale back, and then you exhale and press into the towel. Gonna do 4 more. Inhale back. Exhale into the towel. Inhale back. Exhale into the towel. Inhale back. Exhale into the towel. Long exhale. Keep your feet on the wall and don't scrunch your toes. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. So if any of the side lying stuff feels odd and you're really just focusing on your feet on the wall and you can't quite get the coordination, just do side lying and focus on keeping your feet on the wall with your side body lifted, right? So no hiking, you're just staying stacked. And we'll keep building on these positions, okay? The next thing that we did was hands and knees, I think. So for hands and knees, you want to make sure that you are staying stacked, just like everything else, right? So something that people typically do with hands and knees, they might like push themselves backwards instead of pushing straight up, which we talked about, right? So if you get yourself kind of in front of a wall or a chair or whatever you have, and keep your head, the top of your head kind of aimed here, it might keep you a little bit more in place. You want to think about pushing up through your shoulder blades so that your sternum stays parallel to the floor, okay? And you don't want to be closed down this way or too high with your head, right? The top of your head is kind of aimed towards that wall and you're looking a little bit ahead of your hands down towards like right here, okay? So you're pushing through your shoulder blades. Your head stays close to the wall. If you feel your back like this, you're kind of tucking under a little bit, okay? And you're gonna breathe here. Inhale. And exhale. Stay stacked. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now, think about where the pressure is in your hands, just like we were doing on the wall. Grab a couple of washcloths. I'll try to tell you this before you are doing the video. And I want you to put kind of folded washcloths underneath the heels of your hands to give your body access to the front of your hands when we do this the second time around, okay? So, I don't want the washcloth too high. Okay, so you kind of have to play with it. And you're just going to give yourself access to the front of your hands. Same positioning, stay stacked. So tuck that pelvis, don't over tuck, just tuck it. Head, the top of the head is aimed towards the wall. You're going to push up through your shoulder blades so that your sternum stays parallel to the surface below you, right? So we're not tucking here, we're pushing up through our shoulders. Head stays close to the wall. And we're going to inhale and exhale here for 5. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Good, relax, shake it out. So your shoulders and your arms and the back of your body might get a little sore from that stuff, okay? Now, other thing that we need to do is our half kneeling. So we're gonna concentrate on our foot pressures in the half kneeling position. I want you to have either like a camera in front of you so you can see yourself or a mirror or something, okay? And I want you to think about whatever you're using to add your foot pressures, right? When we go into this half kneeling position, when we were working on it, I think your leg might have been out a little bit this way. So I want you to make sure it's forward, right? And you're not over hiking, staying stacked. You're gonna add your arch contact. You can put something underneath that front toe knuckle, okay? Stay stacked, keep those hips level, all right? Now, I want your knee to drive you forward and exhale, and I want your knee to pull back on the inhale. Forward and exhale. So you can rotate that pelvis a little bit, okay? Back, inhale. Forward and exhale. Back and inhale. 2 more. Forward and exhale. Back and inhale. 1 more. Forward and exhale. Back and inhale. So I want you to watch where your pelvis is. If you need to give yourself some feedback there to move your pelvis around, then go ahead and do that. That's why I want the mirror in front of you so you can see. Now, other leg forward. Give yourself the feedback of your arch. You can put something under that front toe knuckle if you need to. Don't hike that hip, okay? And we're going to exhale forward. Inhale back. Don't let that knee fall out, right? Exhale forward. Inhale back. And don't let that heel come off of the floor, okay? Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Good. Now, we're going to do one more set of those. I'll do it from the side so you can see me this way. We're going to do 5 breaths each, then you're donezos. Okay, so you want to try to stay stacked, right? We don't want any of this. We don't want any of this. So when you come forward, you don't want to let all this go, right? Stacked over, rib cage over pelvis, right? So, my box, sorry. All right, so what you're going to do is exhale forward, inhale back. And you can adjust however you need, okay? Exhale forward, and you can rotate a little bit. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. One more. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Good. Now, other side. 5 more breaths, and then you are done. Okay. So, stay stacked. Give your little arch some input. You can use a little something under that big toe knuckle if it helps you. Okay. Now, same thing. Stay stacked. You're going to exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Keep that knee over that first and second toe. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Watch that hip hike. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Sorry. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Let's do one more. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Now, the goal of that is to be able to feel all of our muscles and really start feeling the backs of your legs too as we're doing that stuff. All that will come the more pressures we put into our hands, the more pressures we put into our feet, the stacked position that we can maintain. All of this is going to build on each other. So this video do at least once a day. You can go through it a couple times if you have time. And then make sure you're doing the Peloton 5 to 10 minutes a day unless it flares up your heel, and keep me posted about that. And that's it. Bye.